Okay, good morning. A real quick video that is going to show you how to effectively use the black and white adjustment layer. I've got a close-up photo, hopefully you have something similar by now, of something that has a lot of texture. And I wanted you to make 3 different black and white versions of this. So let's do it. I'm going to come down to the layers window here, and there's a little half moon icon that we've seen before. I'm going to click on that, and I'm going to choose the black and white adjustment layer. What this does is it first makes my photo black and white. It adds a layer here called an adjustment layer, and basically the way it works is anything below this layer is going to be black and white. Now what's cool is that I'm going to make a couple different versions, and kind of with varying degrees of contrast and brightness in certain areas depending on the color. So if we look under the properties window here, it shows us the properties of our adjustment layer. Any of these windows, if you don't see them, you can look under the window menu, and there is a properties window and a layers window, which they're both checked because they're both right there, right in front of my face. Okay, so first thing I'll do is look under my presets here, and basically the way this works is Photoshop looks at the different colors in this photograph, and for example I can control how dark or bright I want the reds to be by adjusting this slider. And because this is a brick wall, it's obviously very red, so I can get a crazy dark effect, darker than it was in real life, and it doesn't touch this this area right here. So yeah, that's just me changing the defaults. I'm gonna go back a couple steps in my history. We can also look under the presets and do things like a blue filter. So the blue filter also makes it look kind of dark. The green filter makes it look kind of light. The reason this is because the green filter is making it act like only green is getting through the camera lens, or I guess the filter in this part, in this example. If we were to choose the red filter, this is only going to let through red light. Interesting. But let's actually look into the 1, 2, 3. Let's actually look under the preset menu and check out some of these different presets. A high contrast red filter. The red filter makes it basically act like there's a red filter in front of the camera, quote unquote camera, and since it's letting all the red light through, and mostly just red light through, it kind of like exposes it as a bright tone here. If you do something like the blue filter, it gives you, basically blocks the red light from coming through and only lets blue light in. And this really shows off the difference in the stain here. So kind of interesting that it did that. If I look under the green filter, that stain basically disappears. So let's make our 3 different versions. The default one isn't that interesting to me, and I actually really liked how this looked with the reds turned down, so let's do one version like that. So I'm going to turn this all the way down, like so. And then I'm going to label this layer by double clicking on it. I'll just call it red turn down. Okay, let's go from here. So now I'm going to make a second black and white adjustment layer. I'll first turn this one off. Look under my little adjustment layer, half moon, click on black and white, and I'm going to choose the green filter, or was it the blue filter? Green filter. Green filter seems to certainly lighten the red brick, so that's a nice contrast from my red turned down. I'll double click on this layer, call this green filter, and lastly we'll make one more layer, black and white, and I'm gonna do the maximum white one. Is kind of interesting in some pictures, maybe not this one. Yellow filter is even lighter. Oh, infrared might be interesting. Infrared shows like it dark but not the stain, as opposed to this one where it's red. Kind of crazy. Okay, so yeah, we'll do the infrared version here. So try these out, try out the different ones, see which ones you like, which one you don't like. And from here, I'm going to save this file, save as. And since I'm working with layers here, I want to save it as a Photoshop document first. So I'll put this on my desktop, which is getting out of control. We should all work on cleaning up our desktops every once in a while. I'll call this black, white, adjustment layers. That's right. Click save. And now I'm going to save my 4 different versions that you're going to post. So first, let's save the original. We'll go under File, Save As, Desktop. I'll call this one Adjustment Layer Original, and make sure it is a JPEG. Click Save. Always do 10 quality, hit OK. And then come through here, activate these layers, File, Save As. I'm going to hold down one tip. If you see something in here when you go to save something and you want to name it something similar, hold down the Command key and click, and it will fill in the same name. And now I just need to come in here and change this to infrared. Click Save. Hide this layer, show this one, etc., etc. File, Save As. And you get the idea as we go along. Make sure it's a JPEG. Use my keyboard shortcuts to save. And this one is red. Okay. Here is my WordPress account. So I'm going to make a new post by clicking on the right button here. And I'm going to title this Black and White Adjustment Layers. Insert my pictures, click on Add New. Look on my desktop, and I'm going to select one picture, hold down the Shift key, and select the last picture. That'll put them all in there. But I am going to insert them individually. If you insert them all at once into your posts, it's going to make a slideshow. And I just kind of like it when they're not slideshows and they just show up like in a row on my post. So to insert them individually, I'm going to just kind of uncheck the ones I don't want by clicking on them. So I'll start with the original. Or maybe I'll start with my favorite one, which is the red turned down. Unclick this. Click Insert. Maybe I'll write something below this. Inspired by Aaron Siskind. My favorite. Default settings with red darkened. I think it was about 40 points. Let's say red. Why am I capitalizing here? So you don't have to be, I don't know, be descriptive. Make sure people know what they're looking at when they go to your site. Hit return, click add media. This one I'll do the original, insert that. Labeled original. Hit return, etc., etc. Lastly, I just want to remind everybody that under categories, last time we used C. I'm going to introduce kind of the next little category here, which is going to be called share, because you are kind of sharing the process of learning photography, I guess I'll put it that way. So this is going to be categorized as share. Whoops, I did that wrong. Add new category. Call this share. Top level. Click add. Uncheck uncategorized. Check share. Click publish. My post is missing a couple, but I'll fix that after I'm done making this video. Oh, and it worked. Awesome. And we click view post. And once you know that you're outside of WordPress, like you're outside of this dashboard here, and this is what your link should look like, something like this. And yeah, really like it, really like it. I hope you do too. Thank you.